morning, you guys. Welcome back to Lift and Jelly. And as you can see, your girl had a little mini makeover. And please excuse this is not a cold sore. I had a freaking blackhead literally on top of my lip, and I tried to pop it and it didn't pop. So here I am looking like I have a cold sore. But anyway, just ignore that. So I wanted to go over a few things that have been going on with me as of late. Still nursing my injury. The strain on my groin and my quad are getting better day by day. There is still discomfort and things like that, but it's not as bad as it was when it initially happened. Another thing that has been going on is I've been training for the Caffeine and Kilos Invitational, and that's a pretty popular weightlifting. I thought it was sanctioned. I guess it's not this year. But basically it's pretty much like a meet. There's a lot of heavy hitters that go and lift at that meet, but it's just like kind of like a free-for-all. You just go out there and hit some crazy numbers and see what happens, and you're surrounded by a bunch of weightlifters, especially well-known weightlifters. So I'm really excited to have that be my return to the platform. This past month of June, I engaged in a challenge. I did a no drinking, no spending excessive money challenge, and it was not as hard as I thought it was, but it made me notice what habits I have when it comes to spending money and my relationship with alcohol. I'm not, like addicted to alcohol or going out and drinking all the time. What it was is just alcohol sort of became a crutch for me. When I wanted to drink, it was because I was bored, because I was going through something, because that was my go-to, that was my alternative instead of dealing with certain things that I needed to deal with. And so I wanted to do it in June along with this no spending excessive money. And by that, of course, I have to pay my bills. Of course, I need gas. Of course, I'm trying to think of like something, if I'm out of meal prep and I have to go out and buy a salad, that's okay. Excessive spending to me was buying workout clothes when I already have like 12 pairs of workout pants, or it was going to the movies just because, or going out to eat just because. So I really wanted to save up more money. I wanted to realize what my spending habits were like, and I also wanted to get rid of that sort of comfort that I had with alcohol. So the first week was kind of hard, and I felt honestly pretty bored. Like I couldn't spend money, I couldn't go out and drink. What am I supposed to be doing? But it kept me focused. I was able to dedicate more time to working out during the time I was doing the RP cut, which I will go into in just a moment. But that first week was kind of slow, and then I got used to not spending money as much, and I got used to not going out to the bars every weekend. And it was a really good challenge for me to see my habits and see how I can improve on my lifestyle. Now I'm at a point where, July, I'm about to be having a hot girl summer, that's how I do, but I don't feel like I need alcohol to have fun anymore. And that's great, because I know that there are a lot of people like that, and I was definitely one of those people. The same thing with spending money. I would just swipe my debit card and not know what I was spending money on. Sometimes I'd log into my Wells Fargo and I see like, how do I only have $10 left in my account? That's terrible. And on top of that, whenever I get paid, I put some money towards my savings. But if I take it out to go out for a weekend, to go to the bar on this day, to go out to eat this day, am I really saving? So I was able to dial back, see what I was spending money on, and see whether or not I needed to spend money at that time. And so it was really good. It was a really good eye-opener. I had a small accountability group. We had about 6 girls in there, and that was really cool to keep each other motivated. There were a couple things towards the end of the month of the challenge that I engaged in. So I realized that I have a sort of Starbucks addiction. I spend a lot of money on Starbucks, but I work 10-hour days. I'm always driving and commuting from here to there. I'm coaching. I'm working a regular job. So coffee is definitely something that I depend on, and I'm okay with a coffee addiction. I just don't want an alcohol addiction or any other type of like negative addiction habits. But I recommend anybody who wants to take a break from something, just try it. Just give yourself a month, because by the end of the month, your habits will have changed, as long as you're consistent and you're not engaging in those negative behaviors. So that was a cool challenge. I enjoyed that. Another reason why I decided to do no alcohol was because I was on a 12-week RP strength cut. I was injured. I was down for the count, and I couldn't do CrossFit anymore. I could not weightlift while I was healing my hip. So I wanted to cut down and see just how good of shape I can get in before I make my return to weightlifting. So I started the cut, I believe, towards the end of April. Don't quote me on that, but I did it around the same time as the Wadapalooza 8-week RP challenge, and I actually signed up for it just to give myself some extra motivation. And here's how my RP cut went. So first 2 months were like solid. I was steadily losing weight. My starting weight was between 165 and 168. My weight does fluctuate about 3 to 5 pounds whenever I'm at a weight that my body is comfortable at. So for me, that starting point was 165 to 168, and I was like, I want to get down to 150. My first goal was to get back down to the 71 weight class, which is 156.2. My next goal was to get down to 150 or below. So the first 2 months were going by so smooth. I dropped all the way down to 153. I mean, I could see the differences in my body. You know, after the first month on RP, you can really notice the definition that your body gets. The bloating that I had goes away. I have really weird digestive issues, and I'm lactose, and I love ice cream, and I love eating out and spicy food and all the goods. So whenever I eat like that, I bloat up like crazy. My face gets chunky. Everything in my waistline gets chunky. I'm not as solid and as toned as I should be. And with RP, I'm eating a lot, but I don't have that bloated look to me after I eat because it's all healthy. It's all food that I should be eating, and it just kind of cleanses me anyway. And without the alcohol, I was getting great results. So I started off with the base for a couple weeks just to get my body used to eating that many meals again. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust this. So I started off with the base, and then I moved on to cut 1 a few weeks later. Went up to cut 2 after that, and I was feeling good. I had a lot of energy. My weightlifting was getting better. I was doing a lot of upper body stuff, mind you, but then I was also starting to transition back to squat-based movements, and everything was running really smoothly. The last month of my cut, which was this past month, bruh, I don't know what happened to me. I think it was like Mother Nature was about to come, but I just had really bad cravings. I had like pregnancy girl cravings, and I'm not pregnant. So I wanted ice cream, pizza. I definitely wanted alcohol, but of course I didn't engage in that. Donuts, hella stuff. And I didn't know where these cravings came from, but I was indulging. I had one, I think it was I went to go get ice cream. After I had that ice cream, it was a wrap. I was engaging in all kinds of binge eating and sweets and just greasy food that I did not need, and the scale started to go back up. So I was really stressed out, like, damn, like I worked so hard to get down to 153. I was fluctuating between 153 and 158, and that was perfect for me. That's the range that I wanted to be in initially. And once I started binge eating, I shot back up to about 161. And right now, as of today, I weighed in at 158.2. So I'm kind of dealing with the aftermath right now of binge eating on that cut. But RP gets me right every time. It helps a lot with my training. And I feel like I could have been under 150 had I still been doing CrossFit and weightlifting full swing. I believe in the science behind RP because it's made towards how often and when you work out. It's based on your body mass, like how much you weigh, and it just breaks down everything so smoothly. Like if you don't know how to count macros, RP is the perfect way to go. You can adjust the template, which is what I like. You can't adjust a no carb diet or a low carb diet, you know what I mean? So it's like with RP, you can customize it how you want. If you want to gain mass, you can use RP. If you want to cut like I did, you can use RP. And then they have a maintenance template, which is what I'll be doing the next month now that my cut's over. And it just helps you maintain and helps your body, you know, just regulate after doing such a crazy cut. Some benefits to RP is that it is customizable, so you can use different templates based on your goals. Another thing that I do like is how much food I get to eat. If I'm constantly eating every 2 to 3 to 4 hours, I don't get hungry and I don't get cravings. So that's another plus to it. Another benefit is how your body changes. With RP, when I tone up after that first month, I get cuts in my arms, my back, my bloating goes away. Like I can visibly feel and see the changes that RP does to my body, and it's in the best way possible. You don't lose strength on RP, which is great. You know, if you're not getting the proper nutrients and the perfect macros that you need based on your goals, you're going to be slacking. And I cannot slack right now as I try to regain my strength. So RP is just so great. They now have a diet app. It's called RP Diet App, I believe. And basically it does all your macros for you. All you have to do is weigh out your food, input your food like MyFitnessPal. It has a little chart when you put in your weight and your measurements. It's perfect. I just didn't like the app because of the fact that some of the things that I eat, it's not in there for me to input. But overall, RP, it's just a great way to lose weight while maintaining your strength and maintaining your energy and hitting your goals still. So as you can see, I've of course posted my pictures of before and after, and even just, you know, some photos of me working out in action, and you can see the definition in my body. My body composition changed, but in the best way possible. After maintenance mode, I do plan on doing another cut. I want to see if I can get into the 140s. You know, I'm very grateful that I was able to get down back into my weight class, and now I just want to see where I can take it next. So that was pretty much my experience with the no spending challenge. You know, it's really great to be mindful of your habits and see what you're spending money on, what you're engaging in, what you are putting into your body. Same thing with RP. It's great to have something to keep you on track, to, you know, help you get to your goal in a pretty fair amount of time, and to not take away from the tough training days. So I hope that anybody that's watching this definitely look into RP. I will always stand by RP, and I'm not like sponsored or anything, of course, but I mean, so I appreciate you guys watching this video. I tried to keep it short today, and keep training, keep working hard. If you subscribe to my website, you do get a 7-day workout guide. So make sure you input those emails, and any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys later.